Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of SupplySide Showcase, sponsored by Lightspeed. I'm Rick Kessler from RVBusiness. Joining me, Chris Cieto, also from RVBusiness. And joining the two of us today is Tory Soder. Tory is, and I'm going to have to read from my notes here, the U.S. and Canada Business Development Manager for EcoFlow. Tory, thank you for coming on.
Thank you guys for having me.
So I got some background to pass along here. So let me get to that real quick. First of all, EcoFlow, founded in 2017, EcoFlow offers smart and eco-friendly energy solutions for individuals, families, and communities around the world. And those solutions include industry-leading portable power products, solar technology, and smart home energy solutions. And now some background on Tory, although I'm sure most people watching this already know Tory. Tory has worked in the RV industry since 18, starting in sales and advancing through roles as finance manager, finance director, and general sales manager with Dan Gamel's RV, Mike Thompson's, and also Lazy Days RV. He then transitioned to the OEM side where he helped launch the Ibex brand with Forest River and the GH1 product with Tiffin Motorhomes. With deep industry experience, Tory brings a unique perspective on customer needs and preferences, helping shape memorable RV adventures for customers. Very good. Nice background, Tory.
That sums it up about right.
Well,
A
I
few
wish I had
years.
that good of an intro, but I'll just start with a question. Tell us a little bit about EcoFlow's clean energy solutions, sort of your entry into the RV market and what that journey has looked like.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we entered into the RV world primarily because we saw a huge opportunity to apply some of our spirit and innovation into bringing real big improvement to the industry and to the community, really. That mindset is kind of what we try to gravitate whenever we enter into an industry that we're not familiar with. So we always like to ask ourselves, what can we improve upon, and what can we do better in that industry? A good example of that is what we achieved in 2017 when we entered into that power station platform. A new arena for us, and it was primarily driven from customer feedback. Talking to customers, hearing their dissatisfaction for what was already available. So you had systems out there that didn't offer enough power supply. They charged too slow, and a lot of the drawbacks kind of overshadowed the product itself. So, taking some of our innovation and some of our design feature, we made some notable change to that arena, and people took notice. And with that, we now service over 4.5 million customers globally. We're in over 140 markets. So that was kind of a natural transition for us to then enter into the RV spectrum, primarily because when you think of RVs, a lot of those customers are some of the biggest off-grid enthusiasts out there. So
Sure.
that was really kind of a big component for us. We saw that we could make, again, big improvement in that community. So we collaborated with Winnebago Industries a couple of years ago and really took a lot of our innovation to help streamline their power supply for their customers. Some of our other partners in the RV community are Patrick Industries, that we work very closely with to coordinate with different manufacturers, as well as Camper Van HQ out in the West Coast, Camping World for a direct supplier of our systems, and obviously some other industry leaders as well.
Very good. I remember first seeing EcoFlow come onto the scene back like when you said, and there's no question everybody's pretty impressed with the product and the solutions that you bring to the table. There's one in particular I wanted to have you tell me a little bit more about, and that's, I'm going to get it wrong, so I'm going to read it. Power Kits, the 48-volt Power Kits system. Tell me more about that, please.
Absolutely. So, that's kind of our driving support to the RV industry. Okay. And, being in the RV industry for well over 20 years, I hate to date myself, but, I was right there on the front line seeing some of these lithium systems as they entered into the RV market. And they were super cool and, very innovative at the time. But, as it's continued through time and as things have evolved, those systems have really haven't changed. So that's where I got excited about this system. So, the 48 volt power hub system primarily focused around our adaptability into the RV market and wanting to give, again, customer feedback, some of the things that they were asking for. And that was a system that is going to be able to power multiple appliances and multiple components at the same time. And that's a real big drawback with any of the lithium systems that are on the market today, because you're kind of capped at using maybe a roof air conditioner, and then you have to shut it off and go to some of these other ones, where with our system, you're going to be able to keep that air conditioner running while still running some of the smaller appliances too, or even if you wanted to run 2 air conditioners. So that was a really big component for us. Another feature that we really like is the X-Quiet technology that our system adaptability goes into, same as our power hub systems or our power stations too. And that's to keep, when a system's under load, we want to always make sure that our customers have the quietest experience. So the X-Quiet technology is a really big win for us, because it's going to give that customer that leading edge decibel rating of 48 decibels. So no other system out there is going to come anywhere close to that quiet function. Another real big feature with the hub is the adaptability. And for me, when you talk to customers and you get the feedback, sometimes they're forced into a situation of buying a unit today that might not fit their needs, because that's just the way that it comes. So with our system, you have the ability to increase your capacity at any time. So, you don't ever have to be afraid of buying that unit today and knowing that in the future it's going to be able to have something completely different. So expandability is a really big feature. So you have the ability to go from 2 kilowatts all the way up to 45 kilowatts of power in one unit. So that's a really big thing. And I mean, encompassing that to actual hard facts, I mean, that gives you the sustainability to stay off grid for in excess of 7 days. So, really big captive audience with being able to have that kind of spread with power source. And let's get back to the point of cost savings. Solar power, that's why we all put them on houses. That's why we look at them all. And that's not something that kind of allowed us to get away from that, is wanting to give our customers that additional savings. So when you look at solar charging our system compared to a traditional camping experience of having to use a generator, those generators are really expensive to operate and to maintain. So, to maintain a generator, sometimes you're looking in excess, say, a span of 5 to 10 years, you might be in excess of over $7,000, where, saving in solar charging, you could be saving yourself in excess of 13,000 over that same time frame. So, a lot of good features for our customers.
Well, that sounds like the way to go.
Yeah, there's no doubt that power systems have become one of the most important and growing categories in our industry, as the units have become not necessarily more complicated, but more intricate, more needs for power, what people want to do, and how people want to unplug. And you shared some of this value proposition of your system. What differentiates it from other systems, the value proposition that you kind of shared, and what clients are using it right now?
So, I mean, what differentiates us and what makes our system kind of unique is the compatibility with multiple different vehicles, right? So, whether you're pulling a trailer or whether you're looking at a Class C, Class B, or a Class A, or you're just driving an SUV or a truck, our full line product is going to give you a sustainable option for whatever mindset that is. So, a towable, a motorized, or just a traditional vehicle. So that's a really nice design. The other nice thing is, let's face it, us as RVers, we always have to complain about not having enough storage. So, that's been a one constant. And
Right.
the fact that our systems are an all-in-one integrated design gives our customers, meaning a manufacturer or the end result retail customer, more space back, which for me, again, being in the industry as long as I have, it's a constant issue of having to talk to customers about, and me being an RVer myself, I face it too. So being able to have some of that square footage back inside of a unit is really big because we always carry too much stuff in them. So, that's a really big thing. The other thing is the weight. Our carrying capacities on these units, everything continues to get bigger and bigger. Our vehicles can tow heavier and heavier, but, safety, so our systems are going to be a lot lighter weight than a traditional 12-volt lithium system, which is, again, another added benefit to our customers. I think one thing that really makes me excited with our system, though, is the adaptability in design. So our system, unlike any other system, is going to feature a plug and play cable set. So, let's face it, all these things are built by humans. And, whether it's a Friday, whether it's a Tuesday, it doesn't matter. People make mistakes. So, with our system having dedicated plugs, you can't mess it up. So that is one, a safety feature that I see for our customers, to where when they end up buying it, they're not worried about whether everything got tightened down. If it drove from Elkhart, Indiana to California, did it shake loose? You're not going to have any of those worries or complaints. The other thing is, installation. Maybe you have an RV already. There's a lot of RVs out there already currently on the road that don't have lithium systems. So, maybe the EcoFlow works for you in your lifestyle today. You can still purchase this product, have it installed, and with the plug and play system, it's going to really cut down on a lot of that exorbitant cost that some of these service departments are going to charge for a lithium install. So, that's a really big win for us. And for the community, let's save some dollars and put the dollars back into camping instead of, on some of the other stuff. So partnerships, obviously, like I had said earlier, we partnered with Winnebago early. They've been a wonderful partner of ours. We also are currently building with Coachman Motorhomes, as well as Encore in travel trailers. And then we're also in prototyping with, I would say, maybe a half a dozen or more other brands in the industry.
Let's take a quick break. We'll hear a message from Lightspeed, and when we come back, I wanna pick your brain a little bit more on the 48-volt system.
All right.
At Lightspeed, we know running a successful RV dealership is all about the journey, for your customers and for your business. With our all-in-one dealer management solution, you can streamline operations, track every sale, and keep your customers on the road. Lightspeed. The road to success starts here. Visit lightspeeddms.com to request a demo today.
Welcome back, everybody. Rick Kessler with Cieto here with Tory Soder. Tory, from everything you're saying, it sounds like this 48-volt system is probably going to take over the 12-volt system. Are we headed in that direction?
I hope so. The 12-volt system, there's nothing wrong with it, right? It's been a proven system. I think the takeaway for the 48-volt system is, it's adapting more of what our customers have been asking for, and it's providing a platform that's safer and more efficient for our customers.
Yeah.
The 48-volt system, it's going to charge at a safer rate, and it's going to offshed power more efficiently than any other 12-volt system out there. And what does that mean to a customer is, again, when I'm out there boondocking, when I'm camping in my natural environment, I'm not going to have to always constantly be looking at that readout of where my power supply is. I can actually, not have the anxiety that some of us have when you're camping and, oh, I got to go do this or I got to do this. So it alleviates some of that. The charging rate, it's actually charges 4 times faster than a 12-volt system. That alone, it speaks huge volume to our customers that are actually camping off grid. They're 25% more efficient in power shedding than a 12-volt system, which, again, when I'm having to utilize different components, that's a big competitor or a big area of
just efficiency right there.
Yeah.
Very big efficiency for our customers and the usage and the components that they're utilizing. And going in tune with that, the 48-volt system, it also features, a better grade wiring structure. So it's going to actually use a lower current rate in the wiring, which allows us to utilize a smaller wire gauge, as well as pricing. The wire that we're having to use, we don't have to use as much of it. So it's going to help reduce, again, weight and cost for our suppliers. And again, let's give some of that money back to our customers instead of, taking it.
Tory, this is impressive, man.
Thank you. It's something that our industry has needed for a very long time. And, to see the RV industry, how it's really navigated more towards the, eco-friendly camping and off-grid camping, and it allows us to broaden the way that we can use these things. We don't have to do that traditional KOA camping anymore. We can really get out there and use these things the way that they're supposed to be.
I'm sure KOA appreciates that.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, and if one thing I've learned, if you mention cost savings to a potential partner, their ears tend to perk up. So,
yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about EcoFlow's other range of products, whether OEM or aftermarket, and how they can help out in the industry.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. So, we're pretty excited. We just also launched our 800-watt alternator charger, which is really going to give back a lot of versatility again to our customers. So that alternator charger really can be adapted into a vehicle and allow them, as they're driving, to charge one of our portable power stations. And that thing's going to charge at 8 times higher than a traditional cigarette input adapter.
No kidding.
So that's going to give, again, a customer, fast charging. If you have a vehicle, say, you have an electric vehicle, you can use it as you're using the car. It's going to be charging this thing, and you don't have to wait in those hour-long lines anymore to charge your car. So that's a nice feature. And
it's 4 times faster when you do charge.
There it is. Absolutely. Another thing that we're really excited just launching is the 12-volt lithium battery. So it's 100 amp hour, but that is going to give us, again, price-sensitive customers. Maybe they can't afford that full lithium system, but it's still going to give them a little bit more power, and that's going to be, in the RV capacity as well as in the marine capacity as well.
Very cool.
You're in a unique position, Tory, having come from the dealership side and the OEM side. Now you're with EcoFlow. You mentioned Winnebago, you mentioned Coachman, and a few others. The OEM partnerships that you guys put together, describe that. Take me through the process of how you guys work with OEMs.
So, the OEMs, we want everybody to be able to utilize our system, right? And so, working with the OEMs, it allows us to reach way more customers. The other thing too is understanding the communities that we're thriving in is very important to us. And who else to better, translate our message is than these partners that have a huge understanding of these communities. They've been engaged with them for decades. Yeah. So, it's a really big step for us to want to make sure that we're in a good partnership with them. And another thing that we want to be is we want to be a good partner. And that's something that, over the COVID days, we all experienced the price increases and stuff like that. So, we want to be able to, give them a price protection, which we give them a price protection program. So, competitive pricing from day one, obviously based around, different buying experience and stuff like that. But it's going to give them a locked in pricing no matter what the influx is going on in the market, and I don't think, really anybody else can honor that within our environment too. So that was something that we wanted to pass along to them. The other thing that we have is, based on volume that they're buying, we wanted to be able to provide them with a little bit of a give back. So, we have the price lock savings program as well as a rebate program. So, the more that they buy, the bigger rebate check that they can, potentially see. So that's, again, part of being a good partner. So, and then, everything comes down to serviceability. And we want to make sure that we're standing behind them as well as our end buyer. And we want them to know that they're buying our product with confidence. And, all of our systems come with the UL certification, which, in the RV or the lithium spectrum right now is very important.
Yes.
It assures people that they're going to get a safe product. And, durability, we're going to be giving you a 10-year warranty on all of our components. And that's the power hub as well as the batteries too.
Wow, Tory, this has been fascinating and extremely enlightening conversation. I especially like the set it, forget it mode. I mean, everyone talks about the iPhone, it just works. Well, it sounds like that's what you guys have as well.
It's been a life-altering change for me. Again, being in the industry as long as that I have, this is an opportunity that I finally have to give back to my community that, I thrive in too. And, I love our industry. I love our community that we all utilize these things. And, with some of the things that have happened in the world with COVID and stuff like that, it's time for us all to kind of remember and get back to the basics of just living life and having fun.
Very good. Very good.
Well,
And with that, I think
out.
we should, go ahead, Chris.
Oh, I was just going to say, take us out. How can people find EcoFlow? How can they work with you guys?
So you can check us out on ecoflow.com. Obviously, you can also contact me directly as well if you want to partner. But you can reach me on my cell phone. I love my cell phone. So call me or shoot me a text message.
Very good.
Sounds good.
Tory, thank you again for your time. Want to also thank Lightspeed for their continued sponsorship. Tory, we'll see you soon, I'm sure.
Absolutely. We'll see you. Thank you guys again for having me.
Hey, thanks for being on.